I'm Sara, founder of Skin to Skin, and welcome to another episode of Skin to Skin Face to Face, where we do a deep dive on all of the most frequently asked questions around skincare during trying to conceive, pregnancy, breastfeeding, and postpartum. We're here with our amazing medical advisory board, our consultant dermatologist, Professor Caitriona, our GP advisor, Dr Raj Arora, and our beauty editor, Bridget March.
So stretch marks, skin elasticity in pregnancy, obviously it's a hot topic. It's not one that I want to make negative because, you know, it's part of our story as mothers. A lot of us have them in pregnancy or get them for the first time or postnatally. Who here experienced stretch marks when they were pregnant?
Postpartum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I had them from my teenage years on my bum and thighs, but didn't get them during pregnancy. But I do think it's a huge thing, and as I agree completely, it's almost a stamp of motherhood and something we should embrace. But there are so many women who are completely perturbed by it. I have lots of cosmetic consults in my clinic about it, like women who say that I can't believe I'll never be able to wear my lovely bikinis anymore. And some people have very, very bad stretch marks, especially in their central abdomen and on their breasts, that really disturb them. And it is very much there's a genetic tendency for sure, you know, on depending on the elasticity of your skin. Also, how big people became during their pregnancy definitely gets worse as it goes through the second and third pregnancies as well. And I think women, out of fear of stretch marks, spend a lot of money on absolute rubbish. You know, and I'm just being cool. You know, bio oil does not help. Moisturizers, for the most part, do not help. It has to be things that can remodel collagen that you use. So there's two things when people are trying to prevent them in the first place, and that I tell my patients to do. One is as much as they can, if they can use supportive
They're like
clothing.
girdles, aren't they?
Yeah, I wore amazing ones during both my pregnancies and actually got no stretch marks. And it's because it's more the actual forces, you know, the torques on the body that are causing them, the pulling, dragging. And I know what my pregnancy garments were doing, because once I took them off in the evening, my whole abdomen would just fall down. Like, you know, they really work that well, and it helps.
So we're talking like the belly band, you know, those kind of
from all the. So I had shorts from here up to my above my bump,
like
and
pregnancy
the top over it as well.
Spanx.
It's pregnancy Spanx, so that will help. It's not going to stop you from getting them all together. The other the other ingredients that you can use that may help with the collagen production, you cannot use retinoids, and actually that would be the best thing to use in somebody who isn't pregnant, who is expanding for some reason, or they have stretch marks, or actually after pregnancy they could use this too. But during your pregnancy, it's things that will modulate collagen. Astaxanthin is an excellent one, and peptides. So things that are going to help with your collagen production, and then stopping those torques.
So even the body or face serum you could use on your body, right?
It would absolutely be amazing because of all the things in it, and not just the astaxanthin and the antioxidants. The hyaluronic acid, the niacinamide will also help too. But also the azelaic, because one of the problems sometimes with stretch marks, the pregnancy ones, is there can be pigmentation there too. So you're doing all of that work, all of that heavy lifting. And then I think the other thing, and Raj, you probably see a lot of this in your clinic too, is once they happen, what can you do for them? After your pregnancy, using skin to skin, you know, the face serum will help, retinoids will help, but really it's only things that are going to remodel your collagen at a deep level, and that's CO2 laser, radio frequency microneedling. What else do you use?
So I do exactly that. So I obviously don't have skin to skin, but those are the ingredients I would be topically giving a client, and I would give them things like the tretinoin and the retinols once they've given birth and finished breastfeeding. And I did that myself when I had stretch marks on my thighs. Not on my stomach, so I used that, and exactly that. So I did radio frequency needling, and I did laser. So I did iPixel erbium laser on the bits that were a bit darker, so I had a bit of pigment. That coupled with the retinoids really lifted that. So they weren't awful stretch marks, and they were just preventing me from getting on my, like putting a bikini on. I was a little bit, even a swimming costume, I was a little bit nervous. Can you see it? So those are the kind of things. I think lasers, radio frequency needling, your retinoids, and if you are breastfeeding or pregnant and you notice some, because sometimes you can notice them in pregnancy, you can see them coming on.
Yeah, I would tell patients to start using, now that we have this available, to start using skin to skin from about week 8 on, because you need to be in there before the actual elastic fibers and the stretch marks happen. You need to be in there ahead of it. So it's getting ahead of it and using your garments.
Yeah.
So would you say prevention is key, or is it a case of if you're going to get it, you're going to get it?
You never fully get rid of a stretch mark, by the way.
No.
I'm sure your bum ones are still there.
They are.
Yeah,
they are still there.
So if you don't make them in the first place, it's the same in medicine in general. So if you can get in ahead and stop it from happening, that's what you want to do.
And can you predict if you're likely to have them? Is there a genetic component? If your mother had stretch marks, are you likely to get stretch marks?
There is a genetic component there. So if you do,
wrinkles.
That's it. So if you know your mum had them, your grandma had them, likely you're going to get them, and the severity as well. But with each pregnancy, like you said, Caitriona, it gets worse as well. You have more laxity to the skin, and all that breakdown of elastin, and you're going to see them darker maybe as well.
That's interesting, because I didn't with my first and second, and you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit, thinking, well, I'm not predisposed to it, and then it can actually you're older, you don't have that elasticity,
and you've had repeated stretching of that skin. So then the finally breaks. It's been pulled and pulled and pulled. Yeah.
Great. Love it. In terms of the treatments that you were talking about, are they safe to have postnatally when you're breastfeeding, like microneedling, etc.?
So again, this is a safety, more of a safety segment than it is anything else. But I think, if you're breastfeeding, I tend to say no because of the safety piece. There's not enough data to say it's okay, it's not okay. And that's with all needling. So because it contains needles, I say no to that. And I normally start with the radio frequency needling. I do say to them, if you're stopping breastfeeding, have your retinoids, have your needling, and then moving into laser. Because the laser that I do is a deeper laser. So it's, I use quite a stronger energy, and it goes in deeper, because I feel like with the remodeling of that stretch mark, you have to go in deep into the skin. It can't be just a superficial treatment. So in short, no, I say no in breastfeeding.
And is it a case of the quicker the better you treat them? So not that I ever want to put people off
I think
their
when
breastfeeding journey, but can it wait?
I think, Caitriona, you could probably answer better than me, but I think when they're red and they're fresh, that's when you want to get in, don't you? Yeah. Rather than when they've settled. And
I suppose I practice a little bit differently to you. Yeah. I say yes to everything.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew. But then you are a consultant dermatologist, and that's where I think we have to be mindful of what our limits are as practitioners and doctors. And I think for me, I am a holistic practitioner. I'm a GP, so there's lots of things that I do treat, but I definitely know my limits when it comes to skin. And I think, if I feel that a patient has severe stretch marks and they need to get in there, I will refer to a colleague. So I'll refer to a dermatologist, saying you can get this treatment, but I think it's best you go to see a dermatologist. They feel safer, I feel more comfortable, and everyone wins.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's really reasonable. Yeah.
Any other tips when it comes to stretch marks,
Caitriona?
No, I think just use the face serum.
Yeah. I literally used
that serum, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And start, if you know you're going to start trying, get the serum.
But it's nice to have like an active on your body, not just your face, because I feel like a lot of skincare products are with active ingredients really are just focused on face. So it would be nice to, you can use that on your body, and definitely it's a product that we are developing, so it will be coming down the line. But I used to bathe myself in bio oil, thinking that was the reason.
Most women do, don't they?
Yeah. I guess it's more just the moisture and the hydration, I guess. But I got stretch marks on my breasts after breastfeeding because they just kept going up and down, and the fact that I'm still breastfeeding and my daughter's almost 2, so I've kind of just lost hope for them, but hopefully I'll do the laser, I'll do I'll take your advice too.
So I guess, is there still a lot to be said for the moisturizing, the massaging, that kind of component, or is that just hope in a bottle? You're looking for actives,
and you're trying to contain the pull.
Okay, so
what about
serum?
Like dry brushing?
No,
really
too superficial, isn't it? It's just
like
that skin cells.
The only way you're going to
really
is modulating collagen. And you're not getting into the deep dermis with this.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, thank you so much. It's really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Skin to Skin, Face to Face.